Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters in Christ, as I've said earlier, that this evening is going to be the memorable evening. Why? Let me announce you and introduce you that this evening we have in our midst Brother Benny Prasad, who is one of the gospel musician and also guitarist from India, who holds the records of the fastest man who traveled around 245 nations, which include 194 sovereign and 51 dependent nations all around the world. Brother, we are really fortunate to have you in our midst, and without any delay, we would like to call you on stage if you have something to say in our midst. And let me also tell you that this is the Ripoy Presbyterian Synod, and this evening in this choir festival, we are participating around 18 groups. So we are really blessed to have you. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him with a huge round of applause, Benny Prasad.
Good evening, everyone, and it's a joy to be here in Bangalore. We'll say good afternoon because it's still 2:30, but here you call it good evening. I remember when I was in Jamaica, my concert was at 8 o'clock, and they introduced me, and then they said, good night, everybody. And now, good night in Bangalore is when you go to bed. But there it is night, so they call it good night, and then they started the concert after good night. But it's such a joy to be here with you all. It's unexpected for me. Actually, I'm on my way to Kokrajhar to speak at an event on Monday, so I thought let me come by Shillong. I really love coming to Meghalaya. So it was a detour, and then now first time here in Nongpo. And it's so beautiful to hear all these voices. It took me back my memories of me being in the Bible college in 1992, when we used to have choir groups come from Shillong and perform. This was about 32 years ago, and it was fantastic. And I was not even a musician at the time. I was only dreaming to be a musician. I never thought I could be a musician in my life, but Jesus transformed my musical abilities, started to practice the guitar 7 hours every day with broken strings. I used to have 10 rupees a month as my support, my pocket money. So it costed 40 rupees to buy a set of guitar strings, and I didn't have that money. But I had the passion, I worked hard. You know, when you have passion and when you have a dream in life, nothing will stop you, and with the help of God, you can achieve a lot of things. And that's where I started off my musical journey. 2004, I ended up designing the world's first guitar with drums inside, with which I performed at the Olympic Games in Greece, and then later on at the FIFA World Cup in Germany, and so on and so forth. And just want to encourage you, don't give up this beautiful part of singing for Jesus. You know, when you sing for Jesus, you are glorifying the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. And you know, when I perform for different kings in different countries, different presidents and parliamentarians and diplomats and dignitaries, it's one thing. But when I perform for Jesus, it's the greatest act in my musical journey. It's the best thing. And so please do not compromise singing for Jesus, and don't compromise with that. And hearing all these voices, you know, I wish some of you can come to Bangalore. You know, we have a beautiful center called Chai 316, and it's an excellent place for live music and live conversations. And we are able to help young boys and girls who are going through depression and suicidal tendencies. And I was telling my dear brother, friend, Darshan, I don't know where he is. He's there? Yeah. I wish we can have some people from Shillong come. And with your music and with your singing, I think you can make a great impact. But one thing, the greatest joy that I've had, yes, I broke the world record. I broke 6 world records. But the greatest joy was at 16, when I was so depressed, a high school dropout. I had 6 months to live medically. I was hopeless. I was ashamed to my family. Nobody had any dream for me. During that lowest point of my life when I wanted to kill myself is when I had an encounter with Jesus Christ. I heard his audible voice saying, Benny, even though everyone calls you useless, if you surrender your life into my hands, I can transform you and make you a new person. And that's what it took. For me, my journey turned around completely with my encounter with Jesus Christ. And that's why today, no matter where I go, what platform I perform, I will always make sure that Jesus Christ is part of my journey. And I will never compromise with that fact in sharing my story, no matter where I go. And he has taken me to 257 countries. And there's no countries left. Every country, small country, big country. The smallest country I went to was Pitcairn Island. It is not even there on the maps of many of the world maps. It's so far away that from the nearest airport it takes 2 days by boat. But the boat is available once in 3 months. So when I was performing there, the organizer came and said, Benny, there is 54 people at the concert. I said, so what? He said, that is 80% of the country, because the whole population of the country is 66 people. Can you imagine a country with 66 people? And God gave me the privilege to be the first international artist to perform. I'm going to play a song on my pan flute. This is called the pan flute, and very common in South America as well as in Romania and Moldova. And I'm going to play a song which a friend of mine, he wrote the music for this song. His name is Buddy Green. And this song is called Mary Did You Know? Can you reduce this a little bit, please? Just lower. Yeah. Good. Thank you. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, let's play the track, please.